Many years ago, in the small village of Kujugu in Burkina Faso, a boy named Kofi Daira grew up in a mud house with his widowed mother and three elder brothers. Life in the village was harsh. Unlike his hard-working brothers, who were determined to escape poverty, Kofi always searched for shortcuts, even if they led him straight into trouble. If you are new, please subscribe to our channel, like this video, and don't forget to share it with your family and friends. Also, let us know where you are watching from. His older brother, Baba Daira, was the pride of the family. All envied him for his intelligence and discipline. He departed Kujugu at an early age, settled in Ouagadougou, and in a matter of years established a thriving business importing spare parts from Ivory Coast. Through him, the name Daira became synonymous with wealth. But while Baba bore the family's honor on his shoulders, Kofi bore only his hunger for pleasures. Years afterward, when Baba asked the family to come and live with him in Ouagadougou, Kofi realized it was his chance to turn his life around. He packed just one pair of trousers and two tattered shirts and left the village. But when he opened the door to see Baba's large house, new cars, and air-conditioned apartments, something within him snapped. From that time on, he swore he would never be regarded as the poor child from Kujugu again. Baba trusted him a great deal and assigned him a minor task of doing errands, dropping cars to the mechanic, purchasing materials, delivering products. But Kofi observed how women in the city stared at Baba whenever he went by in his black Toyota Prado, the way they gazed at his gold watch, and the way they giggled whenever he asked for something. In French at restaurants, one night on the veranda, Kofi announced to his brother Amira, "If women like Baba because of these things, then I will become like Baba." Amira laughed and warned him not to bring shame to the family, but Kofi paid no heed. That night his makeover started. He borrowed Baba's silk blouses, a silver wristwatch that shone like a mirror, and pricey perfume in secret. He practiced the slow, measured gait Baba employed when going to the bank. The first time he attempted it, the perfume danced his head around and the tight blouse compressed his ribs, but when two young women snickered as he went by, Kofi knew he was getting it right. With time, he perfected the art of appearing to be a big man. He learned to communicate slowly but firmly, to pepper his words with tiny French phrases, and to wear sunglasses during the day as well as at night. When he borrowed Baba's car, he rolled down the window, adjusted the steering carefully, and drove at snail's pace so that everyone could spot him. By age 28, Kofi had established a new persona in Ouagadougou as the handsome, wealthy bachelor from the renowned Daira family. And so, Amira entered his life. Amira was a pretty young girl from a respectable family. Her mother Fatu had only one ambition, to marry her daughter off rich. Amira had been brought up on, "My daughter, poverty is not your lot. If a man does not own a good car, do not even acknowledge him." At age 24, Amira truly felt that her happiness lay in securing a man who would give her the soft life that her mother never experienced. She first came across Kofi on a Saturday night at the birthday party of her friend. On this day, Kofi borrowed Baba's Lexus white SUV, sprayed himself with the last bottle of imported perfume, and donned a high-priced designer shirt from Baba's wardrobe. As he entered the venue, the light fell on the gold-plated watch on his wrist, and his self-assured smile put up the act. Amira saw him right away but acted otherwise. She sat at a corner table with her best friend Miriam, drinking orange juice, when Miriam elbowed her. "Amira, look at that tall, handsome man entering. Look at his watch. Look at that car key. That is money on two legs." Kofi also saw Amira. He had learned a strong lesson regarding women of the city. Get close to them slow, a smile naturally, talk softly, trust before money. He approached and uttered in silky French, "Good evening, mademoiselle. You are the most beautiful lady in this hall tonight." Amira flushed so much she could not even breathe. Miriam mouthed, "Talk, or else this rich guy will leave." And thus began everything. From the night on, Kofi unleashed his full magic. He took Amira to fancy dinners always paid for by Baba, took her in various cars, and spoke of international contracts and import deals that existed only in his fantasy. Amira was convinced by it all, within weeks. She was sure she had found the husband of her dreams. Miriam was not so naive. "Have you seen his house? Why does he always tell you I'll call you back when you ask him about business?" But Amira dismissed her suspicions. Rich men are always busy. Stop being a villager. Kofi persisted for months until one night, over dinner at a pricey restaurant, he dramatically went down on bended knee, produced a tiny pink box with a glinting diamond ring, and grinned. "Amira, will you be the happiest woman in Burkina Faso and marry me?" Amira yelled with excitement and indicated a yes with a nod. Fatou almost collapsed with excitement when she received the news. "My daughter has done it. We are beginning the Daira dynasty. No more poverty in this family." As of that day on, Fatou was the de facto wedding project manager, hype woman, and financial advisor all in one. Kofi, on the other hand, was secretly freaking out. He had no money, not even enough to purchase the engagement ring. The ring belonged to Amaru's former girlfriend, who had given it back when she dumped him. Kofi discovered it in his brother's drawer, buffed it, and claimed that it was ordered from Paris bespoke. But Kofi was crafty. He was aware that Baba cared for family honor above all else. So late one night he pleaded pitifully, "Brother, I have at last discovered the woman of my heart. If the wedding appears tacky, everyone will mock us all." Baba sighed. "Kofi, you have no work, no money in your pocket, and yet you wish to marry. Do you think about tomorrow?" Kofi snorted loudly. "Tomorrow will look after itself when you have a good wife. Just this once, please." Baba grumbled at foolish younger brothers, but eventually consented to sponsor the wedding so he would not be embarrassed. Preparations commenced. Amira initially envisioned an elegant contemporary wedding, but her mother envisioned a lavish show of riches that would get the ancestors to clapping in the grave. They compromised somewhere in between a three-day affair with a traditional ceremony, a civil ceremony, and an over-the-top reception in Ouagadougou. The wedding day dawned. The buffet tables were laden with jollof rice, grilled tilapia, roasted chicken, and gallons of bissap juice. "This boy has made it big. Just look at all this money," exclaimed the guests. Amira pranced about in her white lace dress while Fatou strode haughtily about informing anybody who cared to know. "This is little money. My in-law has Abidjan houses." Amira believed she had attained her dream life. She glanced at Kofi as they swayed to the music and whispered, "I told you, my love, we'll run your empire together." Kofi smiled and to himself, thinking, "If only you knew which empire you just walked into." The shock came after the honeymoon. Instead of moving into a mansion, Amira found herself in a cramped boys' quarters behind Baba's house. The fridge was empty, the bathroom door creaked, and the expensive car she loved had disappeared. "It's at the mechanic." Kofi lied. Days turned to weeks. Kofi's debts piled up. Baba's wife grew openly hostile, humiliating Amira with petty chores and sharp words. When Amira protested to Kofi, he grumbled apologetics. "Business is slow, money is tied up, give me a chance." But the truth soon became irrefutable. Kofi had no business empire, no funds, nothing but borrowed prestige. Fatou cried, accusing Kofi of lying to her daughter. Initially, Amira fell into despair, but then her pride and sense of determination were awakened. With a small loan from Miriam, she started a small spice and dried fish business she named Amira's Kitchen Basket. She personally delivered orders, promoted on WhatsApp groups, and gained a core of loyal customers. Gradually, she regained confidence, earned money independently, and even rented a small flat for herself. Meanwhile, Kofi's world came crashing down. Without Baba's protection, creditors arrived at his doorstep. His image as the charming rich bachelor disappeared. One night, when Amira returned to retrieve her last remaining belongings, Kofi groveled on the ground, tears streaming down his face. "Amira, forgive me. I will improve. Just grant me one last chance." Amira gazed at him quietly. She recalled the girl who used to think happiness lay in someone else's riches. She recalled the woman she had grown into strong, independent, no longer in fear. She gathered her bag and replied quietly, "Kofi, I wish you well. But my life is no longer on the market." She walked out, her head high, into the evening sun. Behind her, Kofi's sobs echoed off the walls of the boys' quarters. Ahead of her, a new life waited. One she was building with her own two hands.